Hi, I'm Giselle. I'm a tutor here at Ventura College, the Ventura College Tutoring Center, and today I'm going to talk about meiosis. Okay, so meiosis is another eukaryotic cell division, and it's pretty much the production of gametes, or sex cells. So gametes here, what I wrote is gametes have half the number of chromosomes, which is called a haploid. And a diploid is a fertilized egg. So pretty much, I wrote a diagram here to further clarify what I'm trying to say here, which is pretty much, let's say we have an egg from a female and a sperm cell from a male. And this egg contains half of the genetic information of the mother, and this contains half the genetic information of the father. Once fertilized, it becomes a diploid, abbreviated as 2N. And it's pretty much a fertilized egg, and it has both genetic information to match up and start developing into a fetus. So pretty much in meiosis, we produce 4 diploid sex cells. And I wrote here, right here, that it pretty much goes through prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase twice. So, I'm going to go over here and further get into what the process of meiosis. So we have here meiosis 1, which is the first step, and then meiosis 2. So I'm going to start here. So we're going to start here with one diploid cell, and it's pretty much what happens here is the homologous chromosomes are going to separate. So here I put an example here of 3 homologous chromosomes. So this is in prophase 1, they coil up and they pair up with each other. So green with green, orange and orange, and red with red. After that, as well, we can see that the nucleus is also, it's disintegrating as well, getting ready for that division. Then it goes into metaphase 1. And metaphase 1, pretty much the spindle fibers are formed from the provided structures that give them the spindle fiber, and the spindle fiber is attached to the centromeres of the chromosomes. Now the difference between meiosis and mitosis here is in mitosis it attaches to just one, but right here we have 2 sets. So this spindle fiber attaches to this whole chromosome and this one to this other whole chromosome. And then as we move on, we go into anaphase 1. In anaphase 1, what's going on here is now the spindle fibers are pulling apart these pairs, not tearing up the chromosomes themselves, but just pulling them apart from its pairs. So here they're being torn, and also the cell is it's stretching out as well, getting ready for telophase. Now in telophase, now we can see more of the formation of the cell, and as well now the spindle fibers, what their job is to do is just pretty much push the chromosomes as far apart from each other as possible at opposite ends. And then cytokinesis occurs here to pinch off and make now two cells. Now what happens here is now these 2 cells are going to divide as well to then make a haploid cell. Sorry. So I'm going to go over here, and now we're going to go into meiosis 2. I only drew an example for one of the 2 cells that were made. So this is just one of the 2. Okay. So in prophase 2, what's going to happen is now our chromosomes are now by themselves, and they align and are now getting ready to have the spindle fibers attached to them. So pretty much now what's going to happen here in prophase 2 is that the sister chromatids are going to separate, kind of like in mitosis. So now over here in metaphase 2, what happens is these spindle fibers have now formed and now attached to the centromere, both from opposite sides. So these are now going to be ready to pull apart the sister chromatids. So now what's going to go over here in anaphase 1 as well, this cell is going to stretch and get ready for telophase. But what's going on here is now these chromosomes have now been separated, and now it's just the sister chromatids that are going on either side of the cell. In telophase, now we go on to telophase 2, and in telophase 2, now these sister chromatids are on this side and this one on this side. So now these are haploid cells because they're half of the homologous pairs and also half of that specific chromosome from the homologous pair. So now as well, the cleavage furrow, which is the line, right, it develops a line to pretty much get ready to like pinch off and make two brand new cells. And as well, cytokinesis occurs. And now what we have, since let's multiply this whole section into two, and now we have 4 diploid cells. These two divided into 2 more. I mean, these two, this one divided into 2 and this one divided into 2 to make 4 diploid cells. So that is our end result. We have 4 gametes now, sex cells. That pretty much sums up what meiosis is.